Hello, my name is Sutton Solario. I'm here with Rylan Todd, Annalise Colley, my teacher Miss Soto, my friend Caden Hirschman, and Rylan Hirschman. I'm here to give you a speech today on the pros and cons of border security and the practices surrounding. I'm credible to speak on this topic because I've devoted a large amount of my time to research on this topic. I will start with my first pro. The border protects its citizens. As stated by the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, security protects its citizens by stopping the flow of illegal weapons and drugs from coming into the country. It also is essential to Homeland Security as it helps with the economic prosperity and national sovereignty of the United States. As stated by President Trump in his executive order on January 20th, 2025, it protects the American people from the disastrous effects of unlawful mass immigration. I will move to my second pro. It reduces crime. In a testimony from the CAIO, the rapid increase of illegal and legal immigrants, the amount of crime was cut in half. This is because illegal immigrants are less likely to commit crimes. However, a robust body of research shows that welcoming immigrants into American communities not only does not increase crime, but can also strengthen public safety. In fact, immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, are less likely to commit crimes than U.S. born. This is true at the national, state, county, and neighborhood levels for both violent and nonviolent crimes. In a statement from the Heritage Foundation, crimes are reduced by limiting the amount of illegal immigration because that naturally reduces the amount of avoidable crimes committed by illegal aliens. I will move to my first con. It is expensive. In a statement from the Homeland Security, the U.S. will spend $61.84 billion on keeping the border secure and $19.6 billion in funding to strengthen border security between ports of entry, an increase of more than $3 billion above the President's request. The bill includes $8.3 billion for the U.S. Border Patrol operations. This is an increase of $2 billion above the budget request. The bill also provides $850 million to procurement and construction funding, including $229 million in border security technology and $374 million for non-intrusive inspection equipment at ports of entry to combat fentanyl and other illicit smuggling. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, will receive $9.6 billion in funding. This is an increase of $1.2 billion above the President's request. This total includes $5.1 billion for the enforcement and removal operations and $2.5 billion for Homeland Security investigations, which aim to combat the transnational criminal organizations and crimes including fentanyl distribution and child and human trafficking. Transport Security Administration, or TSA, will receive $10.6 billion to protect the nation's air, rail, and transit systems and increase TSA personnel pay to match other federal employees. The bill also rejects the President's request to eliminate TSA staffing of airport exit lanes. The U.S. Coast Guard will receive $12.9 billion to support the Coast Guard's domestic and overseas missions. The bill fully funds the pay raise of Coast Guard military employees and supports the Coast Guard investments, including the acquisition of the commercially available icebreaker and funding other offshore patrol cutters, 2 additional fast response cutters. In an article from the American Immigration Council in 2003 alone, the United States spent $409 billion to fund border agencies. Moving on to my last con, unintended consequences. In an article from the Inside Crime criminal organizations have bolstered as they've switched from drug and gun trafficking to human trafficking. In an article from The Hill, another unintended consequence is the amount of migrant deaths, as many migrants often face treacherous terrain when making the illegal border crossing, including the oppressive desert heat and dangerous waters. When illegals are crossing, When illegal crossing goes up, more migrants are exposed to these dangers and more deaths occur. The Border Angels estimate that since 1994, about 10,000 people have died in their attempt to cross the border. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, 8,050 people have died crossing the U.S.-Mexico border between 1998 and 2020. In 2005, more than 500 died across the entire U.S.-Mexico border. The number of the yearly border deaths crossing doubled from 1995 to 2005, and has since declined and then risen. The statistics only reflect the known deaths and do not include the estimates for those who have never been found. Some migrant deaths go unreported even though they were brought to the attention of the officials. I will restate my main points. The border protects its citizens, reduces crimes, but also it is expensive and has unintended consequences. The purpose of my speech today was to inform my audience about the pros and cons of border security and the practices surrounding. Do you think the border security and the practices surrounding are good or bad? Is it safe? Is keeping our people safe worth the lives of illegal immigrants, or is the safety of our country more important? Thank you.